This message must reach you before June 16th. Mercury's shift into Punarvasu isn't just cosmic, it's personal. The world may not notice the moment Mercury moves, but your energy will. Your silence will become your loudest scream. Let's break down what this shift truly means for you. Mercury's shift into Punarvasu isn't a loud cosmic bang, it's a quiet internal alignment. And in this silence, something powerful is happening. You're no longer explaining yourself to people who were never really listening. Your withdrawal is not a retreat, it's a declaration. The energy you once poured into being understood is now being channeled into understanding yourself. This silence, it's not empty, it's full of intention, growth, and clarity. Those who once took your energy for granted are beginning to feel your absence like a thunderclap. You don't need to block them, curse them, or even mention their names. Life will do that for you. The void you've left behind speaks for itself. Where once there was easy access to your light, there is now a locked gate guarded by divine timing. And those who thought your presence was guaranteed, they'll come to realize it was a privilege they mishandled. This is not about revenge, it's about restoration. You are no longer available for chaos, confusion, or conditional love. Your peace is your message. Your silence is your signature. Mercury's energy is helping you reclaim your voice by choosing not to speak when words are no longer necessary. You're not being cold, you're being clear. You've simply outgrown the need to explain the value of your soul to people who couldn't see it. As Mercury settles into Punarvasu, don't be shocked when old names flash on your screen or familiar voices suddenly reappear. This isn't closure. It's not destiny swooping in to mend broken ties. It's a test, plain and spiritual. The universe isn't asking you to go backward. It's asking if you've truly learned. These people returning aren't bearing apologies. They're carrying old energies, familiar patterns, and unresolved wounds wrapped in new words. It's tempting to see their return as a sign, but signs can mislead when your heart still craves validation. This is your crossroads. Recycled pain will always wear the mask of nostalgia. But Mercury's clarity asks, will you choose temporary comfort over long-term peace? The real miracle isn't who comes back, it's who you no longer need. You've fought hard to build this inner sanctuary. Are you willing to open the door to someone who once shattered its foundation? Don't confuse a second chance with a second mistake. People can change, but that's not your responsibility to prove. Not everyone deserves a re-entry pass to your life. Forgiveness doesn't require reconnection. You're not bitter, you're just finally protecting what's sacred. This portal isn't asking you to heal others, it's asking you to honor yourself. Let their return reveal your growth, not your weakness. You can listen to what they say without reopening what you've closed, because this time, clarity doesn't mean closure, it means keeping the door locked and the peace intact. There was a time when you made yourself available to everyone, explaining your heart, softening your truth, stretching your limits just to keep peace. That version of you is no longer here. Mercury in Punarvasu doesn't just bring clarity, it enforces boundaries. You've outgrown the need to be understood by people who only wanted to benefit from your light. Your energy is no longer free-flowing, it's sacred, guarded, and deeply intentional. The doors that were once wide open are now invitation only. Now, there's a spiritual encryption around you. People can still see your light, but only those aligned can feel it. If someone isn't resonating with your frequency, they won't be able to reach you, no matter how loudly they knock. This isn't pride. This is protection. You've realized that accessibility isn't kindness when it costs you your peace. Mercury is reprogramming your connections, filtering out those who drain, manipulate, or distract you from your path. You're not hard to reach. You're just no longer easy to use. This shift reminds you, your presence is not a convenience, it's a gift. The people who truly value your energy won't need constant explanations. They'll show up with clarity, not confusion. From this point forward, your vibration becomes your gatekeeper. If they can't meet you in truth, they won't find you in illusion. You're not isolating, you're elevating. Mercury's shift into Punarvasu doesn't arrive with fireworks. It arrives like a whisper that clears the fog. You may not feel a dramatic jolt, but slowly, the confusion begins to dissolve. Thoughts that once circled endlessly now land with purpose. You're no longer exhausting yourself trying to decode mixed signals or chase answers that never really mattered. Clarity has entered, not as noise, but as a fine-tuned compass guiding you away from chaos and toward calm. If you've made it this far, don't forget to subscribe for daily cosmic insights, astrology updates, and spiritual guidance, because the universe always has a message for you. This isn't about getting the closure you once thought you needed. You've evolved beyond that. You've realized that some stories end without explanations, and that silence can be the clearest answer of all. Your emotional energy is no longer hooked to the need for understanding. What once kept you up at night, wondering why, how, and what if, no longer holds power. Now, you trust what's unspoken more than what's forced. Clarity in this phase is precision. It doesn't require a dramatic conversation or emotional unraveling. It just is. You know what aligns, and you know what doesn't, and that knowing is enough. Mercury isn't bringing drama. It's bringing direction. It's not giving you louder answers, it's silencing the wrong questions. And in that stillness, you finally remember who you are and what you're no longer willing to entertain. You've spent years in the trenches of healing, unpacking trauma, forgiving the past, mending broken pieces. But Mercury in Punarvasu is signaling a bold new truth. The healing chapter is complete. This isn't about nursing wounds anymore. It's about activating power. The pain that once shaped you no longer defines you. You've outgrown the loop of recovery. Now, you're being upgraded on every level, emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. What once held you back has been cleared. The emotional programs that ran in the background, self-doubt, guilt, people-pleasing, have been deleted. In their place, new codes are being written into your spirit. Confidence, clarity, direction. You're not going back to who you were before the pain, you're becoming someone who never existed before it. This isn't healing from something, it's transforming into someone. Now, the space you've cleared within isn't empty, it's sacred, and it's finally ready to receive the future. The universe couldn't deliver what you were asking for while you were still operating from broken patterns. But now, the portal is open, your system is updated, and what's coming is not just aligned, it's designed for who you've become. You're no longer a work in progress, you're the blueprint fulfilled. As Mercury moves through Punarvasu, your tolerance for shallow interactions evaporates. Small talk feels jarring, disjointed, like noise in a sacred temple. It's not that you're being antisocial. Your spirit is simply rejecting anything that doesn't resonate at the depth you now operate from. You've become a frequency, not a personality. If someone doesn't bring authenticity, your energy instinctively disconnects. You can no longer fake interest or force connection. Surface-level exchanges now feel like static disrupting your inner signal. This energetic sensitivity isn't accidental. It's Mercury filtering your environment. You're being recalibrated to only receive what aligns with your growth. That's why certain people suddenly feel distant or unreachable. Conversations drop, plans dissolve, calls go unanswered. But this isn't rejection, it's redirection. Spiritually, you are being hidden in plain sight, shielded from interference while divine upgrades take root. It's not about isolation, it's about incubation. What you may interpret as being left out is actually divine timing at work. Mercury knows what's being formed within you is too sacred for premature exposure. The missed connections aren't coincidences, they're cosmic interventions. You're not avoiding the world. The universe is simply saying, not yet. Until the people, places, and conversations match the vibration of your evolution, they will not gain access. And when they finally do, it will be because you're ready, not because you're available. With Mercury now in Punarvasu, your voice transforms into sacred currency. You're no longer meant to speak just to fill silence or explain yourself to the unwilling. Your words are spells, capable of shaping energy, shifting direction, and calling things into being. This isn't about being loud, it's about being intentional. Every sentence must now carry soul. The days of wasting your breath on proving your worth or justifying your choices are over. If your spirit doesn't sign the message, your mouth stays silent. And in that silence, something profound happens. Illusions begin to collapse. The moment you pull your energy back, the truth about your relationships, your workspace, and your surroundings becomes crystal clear. You start to realize how many people were leaning on you, not emotionally connecting, but energetically feeding. They looked stable because you were their anchor. But now that you've stepped away, their chaos reveals itself. You weren't a background presence, you were the silent source of strength. This shift isn't about withdrawing to punish others. It's about remembering the power you've always held. Your voice, your presence, your energy, it's not to be handed out like spare change. It's sacred. And now, only those who recognize its value will receive it. Mercury didn't come to take your voice. It came to refine its purpose. You're not fading, you're focusing. And in your absence, the world is finally learning what your presence truly meant. As Mercury anchors itself in Punarvasu, a new truth settles in. You are the light, and not everyone deserves access to it. You used to give freely, your time, your energy, your forgiveness, often out of guilt, fear, or habit. But now, your generosity is rooted in discernment. This isn't bitterness, it's spiritual wisdom. You no longer offer healing to those who choose harm. You don't reconnect because someone remembers you. You reconnect because they've earned their way back by transforming. Access to your light now requires resonance, not proximity. And just as you're guarding your energy, the universe is speaking louder through numbers and timing. If you start seeing 555, take it as confirmation. You're aligned with Mercury's transformational portal. It's a sacred sign that boundaries are being honored and timelines are shifting. In the next 48 hours, expect sudden clarity, intuitive downloads, or even energetic releases. These aren't coincidences, they're activations. What enters your life now carries purpose. What leaves was never meant to stay in this new chapter. Even the number 25 holds weight during this shift. It symbolizes Mercury's surgical precision, cutting away the mental chaos and replacing it with focused clarity. So, if something feels like it's unraveling quickly, trust it. That unraveling is divine. You're not being punished, you're being upgraded. This portal doesn't just guide, it filters, corrects, and illuminates. You are the light now, and those who wish to stand in it must approach with clean hands, clear hearts, and true intentions. If this shift already speaks to your soul, comment 5555 below to claim your alignment. Save this video, share it with someone who needs this, and remember, you're not losing people, you're just finding yourself.